put your money towards where you want to go. Like confidence applied properly can surpass a genius. You just naturally start to attract good things in your life. It's inevitable. You will get your dream life. All right, boys, so we're gonna go for a quick ride in the car. And while we're there, I'm gonna talk about something very important in today's video, because most of you guys overcomplicate how simple it is to actually, create a life that you have freedom, you can buy whatever the fuck you want, you can go, and you don't have to like slave away pretty much like most people in today's world, doing something that you're not even like passionate about, doing something that you don't even love, just so you can pay your rent and some living expenses, and then be left with nothing and have to do the same thing the next month again. And like that's how most people actually like waste their whole life. They always want to start something new, but they always delay it. They have, zero urgency. They always say, I'm gonna do it tomorrow and tomorrow, the next day, and then they end up waiting, which makes your confidence go away. Then you end up not taking any decision, and obviously you end up at the same place. If nothing changes, nothing changes, So I'm gonna tell you how to escape that now. Oof. So if some of you guys wonder how I managed to, become successful at such a young age, I'm just 21 right now. I've been pretty much trying to get somewhere in life in like less than 2 years. So, I'm obviously just getting started, but at least, I can do whatever the fuck I want at any time I want for the rest of my life, at least that. So, let's just start with how you guys get your dream life. The first and most important thing, the secret of, achieving your dream life, it's not by chasing it, but attracting it. And the way you attract it is by understanding how your mind works. Your mind is simply like a radio station. It's literally a receiver, and it operates at a specific frequency. So all you have to do and figure out, it's your current frequency needs to match the frequency of the life that you want to attract. That's it. It's as simple as that. So you need to make sure you're always operating at a high frequency. I always talk about this, but very few people understand what it means. What it means to like have a high frequency, to vibrate high. Maybe some of you guys experience this from time to time. You think about that moment, for example, when maybe you made your first like couple money in your life online or whatever. You made some money, you're vibing high, or you're with your friends, you're with your boys, you're just joking around, laughing, or you're with your family having a great time, and you're just vibing high, you feel good. It's because all these emotions that you experience are a high frequency emotions, which put you in a high frequency state. Now the problem is some of you guys get there from time to time, but it's very rare. Most of the times you feel like shit. Most of the times you wake up and you feel pretty well, demotivated, you feel like you're lost, you have no direction in life, no purpose, and all these things, you're pretty lost. While somebody like me, it's the opposite. I'm vibing high all the time. I'm in a good mood, I'm motivated, I always get things done. I feel great all of the fucking time. And you guys feel great maybe like 1%, of the time. So I'm gonna teach you how to get back that and how to build a routine and way of thinking that always puts you in a high frequency, so then you just vibe high in a long periods of time, not just for a day. I'm talking doing it for months and months and months, because vibing high, being in a high vibration for a long time, it's gonna get you and it's gonna naturally attract the life that you want. You're just gonna become successful even without trying. The first and most important thing of making yourself a high frequency person, because I always talk about this and you guys understand it and you're like, yeah, I get it, Alex, I need to get my frequency higher, but how can I do that? I have no idea how to do it. You're always talking about it. I get it. I understand why it's important, but every single morning I wake up or whatever, I feel like shit. So how can I get my frequency higher? Well, that's what I'm gonna tell you in that video. There's a couple of things. And if you actually do all of these 4 things, actually, I can guarantee you within 6 months, you can achieve everything you fucking ever wanted. You can have your dream life. Obviously, there's some reasonable goals that you can actually achieve in like 6 months. I'm talking maybe making like $10,000 a month online, getting in a better shape or health, having freedom and stuff like that. Obviously not becoming a billionaire. It will take longer for that. But if you have some reasonable goals, I can guarantee if you do these 4 things that I'm gonna just tell you, you have no problem achieving all these things and completely changing your life in 6 months. I'm gonna separate them in 4 different groups, even though they're the same things. These are all things that you need to do every single day to make your frequency higher and attract better things in your life. So the first thing that you need to do, it's obviously gonna be peak physical performance every single day. You guys need to train and you need to go to the gym. Why? You might think, yeah, but I don't want to get as strong as you, Alex. I don't care about being that jacked. It's not about that. It's about, again, making your frequency higher. So what happens when you're doing peak physical performance every day? At that point, when you're running for hours and you just can't run anymore, when you're doing that last set on the bench before failure, at that peak physical performance moment, negativity doesn't exist. You can't be negative. You can have, negative emotions, fear, and all these things. They don't exist when you're at that peak physical performance, because your mind is busy fucking surviving, pretty much protecting your body. Your mind is somewhere else. You're struggling. You're running for miles and miles and miles. You're busy with other things, all right? So that's why also when you train, your temperature, when you're like sweating, when you're breathing heavy, all these things makes your frequency higher. Your body temperature goes higher, which also helps with that. So peak physical performance is the first thing that you need to focus on. Just train every single day. It can be the gym, it can be running, it can be some martial arts sports, you can be fighting, whatever the fuck you want to do. Just some peak physical performance every day. Something that will make you breathe heavy, that will make you sweat out. That's it. Second thing, it's gonna be food and what you put inside your body. Now, obviously, this car, it's pretty strong. And when I go to the gas station, I can see different types of gas that I can put inside the car. And there's some who are very cheap and some who are way more expensive, like literally more than double the price difference. And I can put in reality both of them, and the car, will run. The car will drive any type of gas I put. But why, obviously, wouldn't I put from the most high quality gas, from the most expensive, the type of gas that is the most strong, that will literally make my car perform better. It will make my car faster, for real. So if I'm doing that, and putting the most high quality gas in my car, because obviously it's a good car, I don't want to fuck it up, and I also want it to be as fast as possible, then why do you guys don't have the same correlation with your body? Why wouldn't you put the best gas, the best food, and drink good high quality water in yourself, when at the end of the day, if you guys don't have health, you have nothing, That's the machine that we operate from. So why don't you put the best possible things inside you so you can operate at the highest possible potential? That's the first thing. The second thing about food, it's, not just, eating healthy, but obviously, like, it just fucks up with your confidence. Every single time you said you want to eat that pancake and you eat it, your confidence just tanks, because you said, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm not gonna eat this and this, and you eat it. You go against your own word. So that also tanks your confidence. And at the end of the day, your body is the temple. It's one of the biggest gifts from God. And if you don't respect your body and you put shit inside it, you don't take care of it, you eat shit foods, obviously, just taking care of yourself, your health, and your body is like one of the biggest forms of self-worth. So all these things will just help you a lot. It will get your frequency higher, which is the second thing. And it's not only about eating healthy, it's also about eating less. I don't care if you eat healthy. If you overeat, it's just not good. You will feel swole, you will feel lazy, you will not be vibing high. You need to be eating, less, not just healthy, and just stay low percent body fat all year round. That's it. That's the second thing. The third thing, now we're getting into the more interesting things, is gonna be your daily habits and daily tasks, your to-do list. So every single day you need to have daily habits and tasks that will get you closer to your goals. Anything you do, it's either getting you closer or far away from your goals. You guys need to understand that. So, you might love your girlfriend or parents or whatever, even like a single hour, it will get you far away from your goals. So you have X amount of energy, and you guys need to understand that the more of this energy you put towards your goals, the faster you're gonna get there. The better you're gonna get at whatever you wanna get better at. So you need to have a to-do list that you prepare from the night before you go to bed. You prepare your tasks that you think are gonna move the needle the most, from the most important to the least important. So when you wake up, first you go through your daily habits. It can be reading, it can be, journaling, it can be going for a walk, it can be just, eating 3 eggs in the morning, it can be taking your supplements, it can be multiple things, reading the Bible. I can give you an example of mine. After your daily habits, these are things that will elevate you, things that will put you in a high frequency state. So you will start the day vibing high from the beginning, because when you wake up, everybody feels well. After these habits, they shouldn't take you more than an hour. You go straight to your to-do list and you just start executing your to-do list from the most important to the least important that again you have prepared from the night before. All right, so now the fourth thing is gonna be consistency. And consistency doing the things that I just told you. Your trainings in peak physical performance, your food, and your daily habits in to-do list. When you're consistent with these things, you're gonna now slowly start to build your confidence. And as we know, confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. That's it. They compound to each other. The way you get confident is by starting from zero again and just slowly rebuilding your confidence. Most of you guys can't achieve anything and you can't become successful and make money or escape is because you don't truly believe that you're worth it. You just don't believe you're worth it. All right? So the way to get that confidence back, because obviously you have told to yourself that you're gonna do all these things and you've never done them. So now when you want to start something new, you're like, I said I'm gonna do all these things and I failed and I didn't did them. I betray my own word. So now, you have zero confidence doing anything new. So we need to start from zero and you need to be consistent with the three things that I just told you. Once you start being consistent and you only focus getting your validation and happiness from literally executing these things and being consistent instead of just the results itself. Don't focus on the results, just focus on executing these things. And every single time you execute them, your confidence goes up. The next day, you execute your to-do list, your daily habits, you execute your training and your nutrition and food, your confidence goes up. And it slowly starts to compound. Every single day, you execute, you're consistent, your confidence just goes up and ends up, and it just starts to stack up, it starts to compound. And again, confidence will start to breed success, and success will breed confidence. They both compound, all right? So there's nothing more powerful than confidence. Like confidence applied properly can surpass a genius. This is one of my favorite quotes from Mike Tyson. That's it. That's how you build confidence. That confidence that, not a car, not a girl, not a watch can get you. It can only come internally from yourself. All this external shit, like a watch, like a nice car or whatever, gives you confidence for a little bit. But the type of confidence you need to succeed, it needs to be way more. And it can only come internally from yourself, from being consistent, being a man of your word, and always choosing purpose over pleasure. So now, as we get your habits in right, your to-do list, your training, your nutrition is good, you're executing these things, your consistency, your confidence goes up, you're literally gonna have the type of confidence like where you're gonna be like, back then I was making zero money and I literally had the type of confidence when I was just walking around the city. I was like, do these people know who the fuck they're even like standing next to, Like that's the type of confidence you'll get from these things. Now a tip here I can give you. You will start to become very confident if you stay consistent with the three things that I told you. Very quickly, maybe within a month or two, you'll literally have like fucking crazy amounts of confidence, which is what we need to get you successful. But you just need to make sure you don't have ego, make sure you're not arrogant, you're not judging people, so make sure you just don't fucking have ego, all right? So that's the tip I can give you here. Now let's move into the next thing. The next thing after you have confidence in all these daily tasks and habits and trainings and nutrition that I just told you guys, it's gonna be making sure you're able to control your emotions as a man. Now you're already at this point, you're already gonna be vibing high, you're already gonna be seeing a lot of success in your life, a lot of good things will start coming your way, and you're gonna have way more clear path and direction in your life after doing these things, all right? Instead of waiting and trying to find who you are, instead of trying to find your purpose and what you want to do in life and find yourself, you're gonna build yourself. You're gonna build that man. You're gonna build that life that you want by taking action and having urgency, all right? If you want to go to that next level and you want to have, all these things come even faster than you need to learn how to control these couple emotions that I'm gonna just tell you right now. So usually if you guys see this chart, this is the vibration frequency chart of emotions. You can guys see, I'm not gonna talk about the lowest emotions like shame, because I don't think most of you guys will have problem with that. I think most of you guys will have problems with anger and desire. At least this is the two things that I have the most problem with. So I'm gonna tell you how to fix these things so you get, in the higher emotions. When you attract good things in your life, again, I told you, your mind, it's like a radio station. It's a ride. You just need to be vibing high for a long periods of times so you start attracting good things in your life. So anger and desire, it's a low frequencies emotion. These are one of the hardest emotions to conquer. So for example, every single time you're angry, what I do personally is I just go and hit the gym and I just destroy my body. Every single time I start to feel it, desire, I want to buy something, I want this. You just guys need to make sure you don't have desire and be like, I want to buy this thing so much, I want to have that watch or whatever. No. Every single time you start to experience desire, just go and fucking hit the gym, bro, or just go and run and just destroy your body. That's how you go out of it. Because once you go and hit the gym, you go from anger and desire to at least neutrality, or maybe you can go to, love, because training hard is one of the biggest forms of self-love. So every time you feel angry, every time you feel desire, just go and fucking hit the gym hard, or just run or whatever, and just destroy your body, and your frequency will naturally start to go up, and you wouldn't feel these emotions. You need to be smart, and you need to be able to see when that thing happens and just go and fix it as quick as possible, so you go back into that high frequency state. And that's your goal, is to just stay as high as possible. Once you're down here, where especially shame is, you have no, it doesn't matter whatever the fuck you're doing with your life, if you're vibing low, you will never have your dream life, never. So your goal is to just stay as high as possible. And usually when you see anger and when you see desire, you want to buy something so much, that signals to yourself and be like, shit, I'm going low, You need to stop yourself there before you go too low. I don't really go any lower than anger and desire. As soon as I start to feel these emotions, I go hit the gym hard, I destroy my body, and then I go back up. So if you want to, get even higher, and you want to go to peace, you want to go to joy, you need to start being grateful. So every single morning, I would recommend you read the Bible, get closer to God. What I do is I also journal, and I write down the things that I'm grateful for in my life that I already have. So no matter how little you have, I'm sure you guys have a lot of things that you can be grateful for. Just write them down every single morning. Once you are in that peace, once you're grateful, once you have joy, these are one of the highest frequency emotions. But it's hard to go there. You need to truly be grateful, which is not that easy. In the beginning it's actually easier, but at a certain point it just gets harder, and it's like a constant fight, But again, I recommend you read the Bible, get closer to God, write down the things that you're grateful for every single day, in the morning especially, and all these things will massively help you, all right? So when you feel joy, when you're in peace, that's such a high frequency emotion, one of the highest, you just naturally start to attract good things in your life. It's inevitable. You will get your dream life, literally. But it's about just staying there for long periods of times, for weeks, bare minimum, for months, for years. That's how you get there. So all you need really is 6 months. Now, if you guys really want to go to the top one, which is enlightenment, the only way, that's the hardest way to go there. The only way that I figured out I go there is by just helping others, by becoming the source of what I seek. Helping others every single time. I'm on a coaching call with the guys inside my mentorship, and I'm just helping somebody, and I get a crazy testimonial and crazy result, and somebody made money and I change his life. That's only when I'm on that coaching call and I just crush the coaching call and I help the person a lot. That's the only time I feel enlightenment. That's when I'm vibing the highest. It only comes from becoming the source of what you seek and from just helping others. There's nothing else that can get you more high than that, than just helping others. That's it. So these are the things. Just remember them, and just make sure you stay at that high frequency states and you vibe high for long periods of times. And it's a constant fight. It's not like one time you go there and that's it. No, it's a constant fight every single day to go there. Every single day you start from zero. When you wake up, you feel like shit like everybody else. But that's why we have your daily habit in the morning. That's why we have your to-do list. That's why you need to be consistent and do the things regardless of how you feel. So then you get confidence from the consistency, and everything, it just works in balance. Your food, your nutrition, your training, everything is made when you start low every morning to just get you higher, So you start vibing, so you start attracting good things in your life, and you just need to fight every day for that high frequency. Every time you start to feel these low frequency emotions, it's a signal that you're doing something wrong and you need to go and fix it. Usually a hard training works the best for me. Now, these are really the things, bro. Like, if you actually do these things that I just told you, and you get in a high frequency, and your frequency, it's matching the type of life that you want to have. It's inevitable until you get it. It's all you have to do. Right now, you operate at a certain frequency and it needs to change. It needs to be different so it matches the life that you have. That's it. These are the things. So first, it's peak physical performance. Second, it's food and what you put in your body. Third, it's your daily habits and to-do list that will get you closer to your goals. Fourth is just being consistent with these things so you start building your confidence back up and it just starts compounding. Confidence breeds success and success breeds confidence. And the fifth thing is just being able to realize when you go down to these low frequencies like desire and anger, to just go hit the gym hard, destroy your body and go back up to this highest frequency, which is where you need to stay for long periods of time. That's where you need to stay. That's it, you know? And being grateful in the morning, write down the things that you're grateful for so you experience joy, you experience peace, and helping people and becoming the source of what you seek. It's what is the highest possible form, enlightenment, that you can ever go. If you stay there for a long periods of time, you will attract the life that you want. It's that fucking simple. If you guys need any help with anything, I know a lot of you guys stay here and you watch my free stuff, and you get free value. But if you really want, to learn some proper stuff about how to completely change yourself, become the best you, not only just by making money. A lot of you guys think that inside my mentorship, it's called the 1%. You guys think that I only teach you how to make money. We talk about so many things. If you feel like my free content, helped you and changed your life, like, trust me, if you join inside the things that we're talking every single week and the videos inside are just on a completely different level. I always been like, if you're some of these people who is always trying to get some free stuff, getting a free course or a free video, I've always been that person back then and I never achieved anything. How these people who always try to get something for free, they never become successful. I was that person. And as soon as I started investing money and just, put money on the table, bet on myself, because this is what you do when you join a mentorship. You just bet on yourself. You put money on the table. You have skin in the game, and you're gonna pay way more attention. It's kind of like, for example, I don't watch football much, but if I bet on like a football game $1,000, I will watch that game. I will pay way more attention, and I will be way more focused on that game because I have bet, because I have put money, I have skin in the game. I've put my money on the line. And this is the same thing here. If you guys want to become successful, put your money towards where you want to go. If this is where you want to go, if you want to become successful in your life, put the money towards these things. You will watch my videos with way more focus. Like the same way if you bet on some fight, you will watch the fight. It's always there. When you put your hard-earned money towards wherever you want to go, that's hard-won money. That's an energy, So always invest in yourself. Put your money where you want to go, and you will be successful. At least that's what I did. It's that simple. If you guys need any help, either book a call from the link below. It's free. And if you guys want to message me or whatever you want to ask me about anything, just send me a message on Instagram. I always reply as quick as possible. But yeah, that's for this video. Take care, and yeah, see you in the next video pretty soon.